Isn't 3D printing just for engineers and hardcore tech nerds? Not anymore. This is my living room cabinet. My robot vacuum couldn't fit underneath it to clean, and I needed to raise the legs by exactly 12 millimeters. I could have bought some ugly plastic sofa risers or cut some scrap wood, but instead, I designed and manufactured this perfectly fitted custom cylinder. You don't think it looks impressive? What if I told you that I am not an engineer and I did this on my very first day of owning a 3D printer with no prior experience of 3D design? In my last video, I showed you my ultimate office desk. Today, I'm rewinding to day one to show you exactly how I combined 3D printer, FreeCAD, and AI to start fabricating custom solutions. By sharing this, I hope to inspire you to start your own journey and evolve your DIY skills. To get started, you obviously need a printer. Just to be completely transparent, I am not sponsored by Bambulab. But after my research, their reliability and ease of use made a Bambulab P1S my choice. If you want to experiment without committing as much cash, the cheaper A1 or the A1 Mini are also fantastic choices for the average DIYer. Setup takes barely an hour. Next, you need Filament. Forget the endless exotic options online to start with. Just get the standard PLA. I buy Bambulab's PLA Basic in bulk, mostly in black and white. It's cheap, strong, and always ready when my fingers are itching to press print. Now, you can download an endless number of free models or toys and tools online to print. But for me, they never perfectly fit my specific needs. I wanted to design my own. This is where people might get a bit intimidated. I downloaded FreeCAD, which is incredibly powerful and completely free. But the interface is a bit tricky. But you don't need to be a CAD expert, just need an AI guide. I personally found Gemini to be very helpful for this. Think of AI as a FreeCAD expert sitting right next to you, patiently guiding you step by step. The responses are not always 100% clear when you're trying to do something new. But if you patiently ask follow-up questions, it will give you further guidance. And honestly, the more you learn about FreeCAD, the easier it is to ask the right questions. That, in return, will get you the answers quicker. I took 2 measurements of my cupboard leg, the diameter and the 12mm height I needed. Then this is how Gemini guided me with the design process. You can see the specific design steps along with the chat. Pause the video to read the prompts. I gave AI as much detail as I could to help me get the right guidance, but as you can see, there were still some details where I needed more help. I simply stated what I was having problem with, and then it extended more in those areas. The key is to be patient and be as detailed as possible. One of the first things you will learn about CAD is that you use 2D sketches to create and manipulate 3D objects. This takes some getting used to, but once you do, you start to think about shapes in a different and interesting way. In this example, I take a simple circle and then extrude it into a cylinder. It is important to fix the dimensions in the sketches. In CAD, this is called setting constraints. Once I have the cylinder, I need to create a circular pocket for the leg to sit in. Again, I start with a sketch of a circle on the top, but this time I extrude the hole into the body. And just like that, I designed my first 3D object. Printing it is just like using a traditional paper printer. Use a program called a slicer. Now I need to be honest, there are a lot of settings available to you in the slicer, and the more you know, the better you become. But to begin with, Bambulab Slicer lets you ignore all the complicated settings and takes care of all of them for you. Just select PLA Basic for your filament, click Slice and send it to the printer. Before each print, just make sure the plate is clean. A quick wipe with alcohol helps you take care of this. Watching this machine slowly bring a digital design into the physical world, layer by layer, is honestly more exciting than anything on Netflix. Finally, I fitted the feet, fired up the robots, and it still didn't fit. I had measured wrong and the piece was about 1 millimeter too short. In traditional woodworking, this means throwing out the material and starting over. With 3D printing, it's just part of the learning process. I opened FreeCAD, changed one number to make it taller, and hit print again. The second version was flawless. I literally used to just sit on the sofa and proudly watch my robot vacuum clean under the cabinet. It was a simple cylinder, but it was the exact moment I realized my DIY skills had leveled up. I made something that looked professionally made and perfectly fitted my specific needs. After this, following the same exact formula of using Gemini, FreeCAD, and 3D printing combined, I slowly learned to make more and more complex items and eventually started to combine them with more traditional DIY skills. If you want to see how I scale these skills up to build custom furniture, check out my other desk build video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see other creations along my journey. Thanks for watching, and go and make some awesome things.